What's happening, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome back to another episode of The Drop. I hope this video does find you well, and today we have a couple of games that are interesting, but overwhelmingly the majority of January, and I would say the first part of February, is a little bit, few and far between with significant video game releases, so expect the next couple of weeks to be light. That's not to say there are not some high-quality games, such as these, that we'll be talking about today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. Starting things off this week, we have Street Fighter V Arcade Edition coming to the PlayStation 4 and the PC, and it's pretty much the base game with a ton of new content. So what's included with the Arcade Edition of Street Fighter V? Essentially, it bundles together all of the DLC from Seasons 1 and 2 of the Character Pass, meaning that you get 12 new characters along with 12 premium outfits, and a ton of other enhancements are being added to the game as well. However, I will say that if you do own the base game, if you own the original version of Street Fighter V, this all is going to be added in a free update whenever the Arcade Edition launches later on in the week. This is just simply replacing the original version of Street Fighter V. As far as the actual additions to the game, there is an arcade mode, there's extra battle, which is pretty much a time challenges kind of thing, there's a gallery, new V-triggers are being added to add some complexity to the control scheme overall. In general, there are just a ton of new enhancements coming to the game on top of a brand new redesign of the user interface, so that's always welcome in my opinion. All in all, this is the ultimate edition of Street Fighter V at this current point in time, but there are 28 characters you can play as, a ton of new enhancements with the arcade mode. All in all, if you have never picked up Street Fighter V, then this is definitely the time to do so. However, if you already have bought the game, let me make it very clear, then you already have access to all of this content, so enjoy it when a free update comes out on January the 16th. Next up, we've got Kirby Battle Royale coming to the Nintendo 3DS. Kirby is entering a tournament against his toughest rival yet, himself. 1 to 4 players can fight in local or online battles, pick from 10 plus abilities and 10 battle types to compete in countless matchups. I think that 10 and 10, I don't think that's countless, but that's just my math in my head. I may be wrong about that. Hoard treasure in Ore Express, knock out opponents in Slam Hockey, shoot missiles at Robo Bonkers, and more. There's a single-player story mode, too. As you uncover King Dedede's nefarious plans, you'll unlock abilities and battle types in the Cake Royale tournament. In this competition, you'll learn the basics of battle while earning boost orbs that power up Kirby, as well as nostalgic headwear in other modes, and even a new playable character. Then dive into battle. 4 players can enjoy battling together via local wireless, online ranked mode, or with download play. Compete in 2-on-2 or free-for-all battles. May the last Kirby standing win. Contrary to my expectations, this is not where a whole bunch of Kirbys fall out of a plane and then have to shoot each other with various kinds of weapons. This is actually a game that is pretty much 1 to 4 players, and it actually thrives off of a co-op experience, so not necessarily anything like PUBG, unless you play squads or duos. Of course, I am kidding, but at the same time, this is never a game that I would actually play, not to be harsh or anything, but when it comes to multiplayer games, I tend to lean more towards the home gaming console or the PC kind of experience. Multiplayer and handhelds has never really been something that really worked with me that well, but for those that are on the go a ton, or for those that have friends with a 3DS, or for those that love handheld multiplayer gaming, then Kirby Battle Royale may be for you, and it's coming to the Nintendo 3DS this week if you do want to pick it up. One more thing about Kirby Battle Royale, there is a demo available on the eShop right now, so if you have a 3DS and you want to give the new game a shot, you can check it out, play a couple of matches, and see if it is something that you might want to invest some cash in. Next up, we've got Vesta coming to the Xbox One, the PC, and the Nintendo Switch after having a stay on the PlayStation 4. Set in a highly technological universe, with Vesta, you will again feel the challenge of traditional puzzle games mixed with more arcade elements, all within a very elaborate and fascinating story. Gears, robots, mystery, humor, challenges, fun, and action, Vesta is all that and much more. Join Vesta, a witty 6-year-old girl who lives in an underground maze as she explores various environments of over 36 levels full of obstacles and enemy robots. She'll need her brains and her robotic counterparts' power to traverse this very landscape, properly manage the little energy left in the complex, solve the numerous puzzles that she finds in her path, and even fight to survive, but most of all, she will need to discover the truth of the story. As far as the game itself goes, there are 36 challenging puzzles and a price point of $15. So taking all this into consideration, that sounds like a pretty good price point for this kind of game. All in all, there are 36 challenging puzzles at a price point of $15, so generally that's exactly what I would expect from a game that is coming out in this kind of format. As far as the Switch edition of the game goes, that is probably the version that I would choose to play, because it seems like this kind of game, where it's kind of a low impact, it's not a very power demanding game, it seems like that kind of experience would be right at home on my portable console like the Switch. So if Vesta sounds interesting to you, it's coming to the Xbox One, the PC, and the Switch this week, and if you have a PlayStation 4, it's already out. Finally, to wrap things up, 2 honorable mentions. First off, Darkest Dungeon is coming to the Nintendo Switch along with World to the West, 2 games that I feel are pretty well received, overwhelmingly positive in fact on World to the West, and Darkest Dungeon, if you haven't heard of it, chances are you simply just aren't paying attention. People love that game. That will wrap it up for this week's episode of The Drop. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, drop me a like down below, and in the comment section let me know what you think about this week's video game releases. Does anything catch your eye? What's the next big game you are looking forward to? Anything in general, leave it in the comment section down below. And if you happen to be new here on the YouTube channel, I do want to thank you for watching the video, and I encourage you to check out the other content that I've uploaded. There's a ton of stuff out there I upload throughout the week. I'm pretty sure you'll dig it. But as for right now, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching this particular video. I will talk to you soon. Peace.